Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I'm going to be featuring the die set from Tonic Studios called Corner Creations, and Tonic provided this die set for me to share with you. But I'm going to show you alternate ways to use this. Now, as always when I have dies, I like to cut them because when you're looking at them here, you're probably not exactly sure what things look like. So I'm going to push that aside and bring in this, and now you immediately, oh, so pretty. So these are corner dies. Now there are two different dies that will give you sort of that opening pocket. So these are really pretty if you do invitations or you have, say, a menu and you want to just put something in the pocket. You could do two of them. You can mix and match them too. You can see here I have that little white showing, whereas here it's right at the thing. So you can mix and match some of the corners as well. The dies, so you know, you have the outside piece and an inside piece. So you can cut them solid or you can cut them with the design like this. So that's the difference there. So we have the four big ones, and then we have the four smaller ones with different designs as well. This one fits into this cutout. It's the same one. I just didn't back that one. And then there's the two words, just for you and on your day. So it's a very pretty corner set. However, since I personally don't really craft with corners, I have made alternate projects using these just to show you how you can really extend your dies. And it's more important to look at the shapes of what you're getting and not just the finished project. So I'm going to keep that handy. And the first one I'm going to bring in is this flower I made. So I have the petals here. So you can see I cut one of this die here, and then just the solid background. I wet them with water and just sort of folded them to give them a bit of dimension. And in doing so, this is three of the petals. Now I also, on the background here, if you watched the video the other day, I showed you the new Santa's workshop. So I used the spray mist for my background. And then on the leaf, or on the stem, I used the glitter marker just to give it that little difference there, the shadow. And then I used just black cardstock and paper I made that I've posted videos on how to make that paper. Now this little heart is part of the Nuvo gemstones and cherry hearts, and within it you get three different size hearts. Where's the small one? You have a small, a medium, and a large. So they're really cute just to add to your project. So I just added that little heart detail on that one. So that's one idea, using the corners and making some really nice flowers. And you could do the same thing with the smaller ones as well if you wanted smaller flowers. But I used the smaller ones and I made butterflies. So for my background, I used the new mousse in the myrtle green. It was part of the Santa's collection. And this, I also want to show you how you can use these holiday products just with everyday cards. So that's what I mean by not just keeping to, if it's Christmas, it must be Christmas. It's green, so I could use it in lots of projects. And this time I used the water droplets. Again, they're little crystals, and you get three different size crystals within there. There's a tiny one there. And they have all different shapes of these. But I just did the same idea with the smaller triangles, and I cut a top and then the solid bottom and made little butterflies. So then this next one, I wanted to make a kaleidoscope idea. So as I mentioned, there's the inside of the dies that just cut out the shapes. They don't cut out the outside. So I took a few of them and then repeated the designs and just kept running it through and made this kaleidoscope. So I didn't even cut out the actual shape. I just wanted to use all the little patterns. So then we get into some holiday cards. So I took this big shape here, this one here, and just cut the solid out and layered them up to make a little Christmas tree. Now these little stars there are actually from this die here. You can see there were little stars. So I just ran it through some gold paper numerous times, and I was able to cut out some stars to add to my tree. And then for the little drops, I used the new Dream Drops in Rudolph's Nose, it's called, and added it to there. Now on the background, I used the Crackle Mousse here through this stencil. And then on the snowflakes, I used the Glacier Paste. And that was all part of the papers, and all these embellishments were part of Santa's Workshop new collection. Now this last card I want to show you, I actually showed you the other day, but I didn't point out the trees. So I did the same idea, but this time I used the smaller die. And I find when I want to show you the difference. So when I cut it with this solid cardstock here, I cut it with the pattern because the cardstock itself is plain. So I like to layer the same paper just with the pattern. Whereas when you're using the handmade paper that has all that texture, if I was to cut out one of the pattern designs, it would all get lost, and there's enough little texture in the paper enough to keep it interesting. But when I used the flat paper, just the cardstock, I layered it. So that hopefully will give you some ideas if you were looking at this and thinking what you would use corners for. As I said, corners are just triangles. And so you can think of all the different designs. There's lots of them. And, you know, just think what else is sort of that triangle shape that you could use to make some really interesting cards. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple of the videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.